great day to be a Rotarian. Stand with people when they have pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside let freedom ring.
Mike Johnson has an invocation.
Pray with me, please. Dear most gracious Heavenly Father, we stand before you today humbled by your grace, your love. We thank you for these fellow Rotarians as we all come together to do your good work. Please bless this food to the nourishment of our bodies and the hands that prepared it in your holy name. Amen.
Amen. John Ross, will you lead us?
R-O-T-A-R-Y.
R-O-T-A-R-Y, that spells Rotary. R-O-T-A-R-Y is known from land and sea, from north to south, from east to west. He profits most who serves the best. R-O-T-A-R-Y, that spells Rotary. Good job.
We got a little touchy there when we got down to about 3/4 of the way, but good job. The alternate there was we slid that in instead of Old McDonald, so I hope you didn't mind.
It's not going to be a choral director.
True.
Let's start with guests of Rotarians. We've got some special guests from Hickory High. Bob.
President David, I have a guest here. I want to introduce him to the club. This is Elise Dombach. She's our new team director at the YMCA, the CO Miller Teen Center. She started on Monday, and we're just thrilled to have her. She comes to us from upstate New York.
Today we have Mark Gerson returning again, and today he brought his wife Ann. They're from Bend, Oregon, but they're relocating again to Hickory.
Anybody else on the right hand side? How about down the middle? Jane.
I have my guest today, Nan Lacey. She is the new Director of Development for the Cooperative Christian Ministry.
And you wanted to say something?
Yes, I did. Barbara Rush, our director, is out on medical leave and was not able to be here last week with Captain Harris from the Salvation Army to thank the club for, Lake Hickory Club, for the donation to the Christmas Bureau, purchase of the books for the Christmas Bureau. We've partnered with the Salvation Army in that endeavor, and we appreciate your benevolence, and thank you for allowing us to do that so we can hand those books out this Christmas to children. Thank you very much.
Anybody else down the center? About near left. Got two lefts today. All right, far left. Okay, visiting Rotarians.
Let's give a warm welcome to Hickory Sunrise, Matt Pittman, and Newton Conover, Jack McCaskill.
Jack, as you know, here with us, our assistant governor. So, Jack, always glad to have you. Okay, we have some student guests, and I'll let Bob start that introduction.
As usual, we have Sandy Hariza with us, who's on faculty at Hickory High, and she's going to introduce our 4 student guests today. Thanks, Sandy.
I'm Sandy Horiza from Hickory High. This is my 8th year teaching, and I coordinate the Student of the Month, starting usually in October, and then we have one in November, January, February, March, and I believe in April. So our faculty actually nominates these students for academics, achievement, kind of a well-rounded representation of Hickory. Our freshman this month is Molly Hickory. Our sophomore is Ashley Kraft. Junior is Will Crenshaw, and our senior is Mackenzie Lala. So we'll start with our freshman, Molly.
I'm Molly Hickory, and I'm a freshman at Hickory High, and the clubs that I'm involved in are Key Club, Interact, and Junior Hits.
I'm Ashley Kraft. I'm a sophomore at Hickory High. I play volleyball, softball, and I'm on the swim team, and I'm in Junior X, Interact, Beta Club, and Mu Alpha Theta.
Hello, my name is Wayne Crenshaw. I am currently a junior, and I am the co-president of the Interact Club. I'm also a part of the National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, Beta Club. Yep.
I'm Mackenzie Lala. I'm a senior at Hickory High. I'm on varsity cheer. I am involved with Junior X, Interact, Beta Club, and National Honor Society.
Well, welcome and congratulations on being named Students of the Month. And we have something for you. We have a little keychain. It's a flashlight. It's got the Rotary emblem on it. Okay. And cherish that, because there aren't but about 10,000 of those. So, we hope that'll light your way so that as we light up Rotary. So congratulations. Okay, I understand Susan Alshouse has our Rotary moment. We were searching for her, so Susan.
I want to do that.
I thank you so much, President David. I'm so sorry Susan couldn't be with y'all today, but my name is Jean Thompson Harris. You might know me better as the wife of the late Paul Harris, the founding father of this fine organization. And I was asked to come today and share a few inside facts about my husband's vision for Rotary and how it is still alive today. It all started back on February 23rd, 1905, when Paul met with 4 of his business buddies, and it's been recorded as the first Rotary meeting. Now, I bet you wonder how they came up with that name Rotary. Well, like most men, they couldn't agree on anything, so they rotated their weekly meeting, going from one another's office, and hence the name Rotary. Oh, and it was 1910 when I married my beloved Paul, and I traveled the country with him as he shared the fundamental principles of Rotary. And of course, having a woman behind a man was the driving force, in my opinion, of Rotary's success. Heck, by year end, there were 16 clubs established in 1910, and the first national convention was held. Then I started yammering, you need to spread the word. So, in January 1911, the first newsletter was published. It was the National Rotarian. And with its far reach to the international clubs that had been formed, it was soon referred to as the Spoke. Oh, see, a couple of you are getting a little antsy out there, squirming around in your seats. You're probably thinking of that scooting. You know, that thing where you put $1 in the box so you can scoot out the door early? Well, I've got an option for you. Many of you know I live at Kingston, and we've got so many Rotarians and family members there. Well, we've got the Moles, and we've got Carol Cameron, we've got them all. In fact, we're thinking of applying for our own charter, and we accept walkers, wheelchairs, and scooters, and there's no tip needed. Now, the history books say Paul and I didn't have any kids, but that simply is not the truth. Why, in fact, at last count in the year 2006, we had over 1 million little rascals. And no one could remember all their names, so they simply started calling them, you know, them Paul Harris fellas. Yep, our family grown to be so big that President Obama recognizes us as a 501c3. Now, I was reading your bulletin this morning and noticed some of y'all from Lake Hickory came here for a makeup meeting. Now, all I can say about that is what my friend Clarence Pugh and Steve Mole told me. Y'all are more than welcome to come over anytime you want. But there ain't no need to try to make up to us. Our club was founded first, and y'all were the ones that decided to go play somewhere else. So don't be trying to make up with us anymore. Well, in closing, I'm sure glad I was asked to come and share a few of my Rotary history moments with you. But I got to admit, I almost didn't come today. Yep. I had to think long and hard when I heard that this was also a joint meeting. Yes, indeed, I'm here to say that something me and Paul would never ever approve of. No siree. But you got some good people in this group. I've been told there will be a private joint meeting tonight at Chief Atkins' house at 7 o'clock. Now, y'all have a blessed day and continue the fine work you do in memory of my late husband, Paul Harris.
Thank you. I'm not so sure how we got from the ladies behind the men to all out in front of them. I guess that happened somewhere along the line. Ernie's got a few announcements for his club and then talk about when this thing got started.
Our leader.
I'll put that back in there. I told David, I said, it's the most wonderful thing to be at Rotary and not have to do anything. You know, just sit up here and look like you know what you're doing. I do want to recognize, how about all of the Lake Hickory Rotarians? Just stand up just a minute. Now, Ms. Harris, I want you to recognize that's a fine-looking bunch of people. And I'm glad to know who you were, because when I came in, I thought there's some derelict woman in here. Where she came from or where she's going.
I thought she was like Hickory Rotary.
And turn that thing on. It is, David and I started talking about this and said it'd be great just to socialize. And one of the things, we did a survey, and one of the things that came out in our club was more time to just socialize. You know, we do business all the time. We do projects, and sometimes we just don't have time to sit around and socialize. And so that was the thought behind this. And you guys, Ms. Harris, y'all are going to come visit us in the spring. So I hope you can get out, if they'll let you out. If they won't let you out, we'll bring you a meal or something, you know, whatever we can do. I wonder if we have any charter members from Lake Hickory here. Bill Carslake's out there. Bill, stand up. Can you? Bill's probably our only one. Kenny Ferguson, Jim Cooper. Yeah, Kenny, I got Kenny over there. Kenny's the Rock. If you don't know Kenny Ferguson, he is the Rock.
I want to tell you. We got 3 charter members here. I joined early on, but I was one of those Rotarians that Fred Abernathy came to me and said, you ought to join Rotary, and I said, oh, okay, what the heck. I had no idea what it was. So that's how I ended up here. I think that's all. We're delighted to be here, and we're planning, where is she over here? We're planning a joint social. Do they know about this yet? Have you told them anything?
At Christmas.
Okay, joint social probably in December.
Yeah, you told me.
Maybe all 5 clubs. A little Christmas get together, meet and greet. So we're trying to get people to talking and meeting and greeting. So it's delightful. We're glad to be here, and I hope all of my fellow club members behave themselves and carry on in a proper manner. Thanks.
Okay, along the same lines, how many of our members of the Hickory Rotary Club were here when that charter was given? Do we have anybody here? Charles? Bobby? Y'all stand up, if, like he says, if you're able. Who else? Anybody else that was a member at that time? That was 1972, 73? Okay. Okay. All right. You didn't have to make up there tonight. Okay, I wanted to make a couple of announcements and a couple of comments. The Charitable Giving Committee has recommended, and the board has approved, a donation to the Friends of Hickory for their park project that's going to be downtown. I hope all of you know about that. If you don't, you will know much more about it in the coming weeks. We'll have somebody here to talk about it. It'll be one of our programs. The Friends of Hickory is a great organization, an organization we need to be aligned with. They're doing a lot of things to really promote Hickory itself. And they have a project that they're trying to get started that is going to be a park. It'll have a water feature. Right now it's planned to be just south of the Community One Bank building. That's actually a municipal parking lot. The city is behind this 100%. The city will actually take over maintenance of the park afterwards. And what we have done is provided money for concept drawings. The project can't get started until they get some concept drawings. Then that will allow them to start fundraising, and then the next step will be construction drawings and construction. So in keeping with what we like to do, we like to be a club that enables things to get going that wouldn't otherwise get going. Now, I think that they eventually would do that, but they were in a little bit of a stall, not being able to get this project going. So our club has donated $14,000 to fund the concept drawings, and they will be started as early as next month, and they hope to have those ready by close to the end of the year. And so we feel real good about it. It's sustainable. It's something that's high impact. There's educational features. They're going to try to have the water feature to be like the Catawba River and have all kinds of things that they'll have educational. They're tied in with the Science Center. It's just going to be a great thing. So congratulations to you for providing that money and through the year and working out with that. So there'll be more on that in the future. Also, if you got your paper this morning, you saw the results of one of our other donations to the Partnership for Children. And as we promised, we had volunteering going on with that. So anything that we give money to, we're going to volunteer for. So we had a couple of Saturdays available to do some painting. Partnership for Children is moving their offices to the old Council of Government offices, and so they had a lot of painting and cleanup to do there. So we got that done and then presented a facsimile of the check. I think they already cashed the one we gave them. And had that done. So we had a few people there. That also is available for volunteer hours to offset if you want to. We had 5 or 6 people to show up, so we appreciate that. Along the lines of volunteering, just wanted to read some things. You know, we didn't have 50 there. We didn't have 140 there. We've got some more volunteer opportunities coming up. Cliff Moon was there on the Saturday that I was there. And Cliff and I, they said, well, go in there in that meeting room and paint. And so I'm thinking, I'm going to be trapped in a room with a politician running for office for like a couple of hours. And this is not going to be a good thing. And I'd say it's safe to say, Cliff, that we don't agree on everything, probably. We agree on a lot, but we agree on a lot. We found out. And, you know, I found out that Cliff has a daughter named Sarah with an H, and he found out that I've got a wife named Sarah without an H, and found out that, you know, he came here as a preacher for a church on 29th Avenue. Didn't know that. He found out about my business. We just found out a lot of things in a few hours that we didn't know. And it was, whenever do we have that chance? And so there's a lot more to just volunteer. In the meanwhile, we did a darn good job of painting. Would you agree? Absolutely. The meeting room there, which we'll probably have some meetings there or something. Leslie, can you attest?
Yes, y'all did a good job.
Fabulous job of painting. So in the process of that, we also got to know each other much better. And I think he's going to be okay. He's got some good points after all. So, but we had a great time, and even though he had to leave early, it was kind of, we weren't through. So we had some more things to talk about. We really didn't get finished. So we'll do that again on volunteering. So anyway, there's more to volunteering than just saying, oh gosh, I got to go paint and get my hours in or something like that. So in line with that, I don't know if you have read your Rotarian magazine cover to cover yet that you just got. I'm sure some of you have. But there's an article there under culture. The article is, Buddy, can you spare some time? And let me just read some excerpts from that. We all want to make the world better. We want to help our communities. But there are times when the demands of work and family force us to cut back on volunteering. In 2013, Americans cut back in record numbers. The volunteer rate declined to 25.4%, the lowest it's been since the Bureau of Labor Statistics started tracking it in 2002. People seek out service opportunity for three main reasons: to help people in need, to interact with others, to understand and to improve the world. Volunteers need to feel like they can make a difference. One way to foster that feeling is to choose a single service project and make a long-term commitment to it. Some of the kind of things that we try to do. There's another theory about why people volunteer. It's about a sense of self. Sure, it's satisfying to help those in need and to be among friends, but it's just as satisfying to think of ourselves as the sort of people who do those things. It simply feels good to be a volunteer. So the next time my busy life seems to argue against volunteering, I'll remember that. So next time you get a chance to volunteer, it might be a lot of good reasons that you do that. So let's see, a lot of it. That's what we're about, service above self, and this is a great way to do it. Okay, Mark C. is somewhere right here. And our program is going to consist of finding out some more about some people.
Thanks, President David, President Ernie. Along the lines of getting to know each other, a lot of us just spend an hour together here. Sometimes we socialize a little bit outside of work, or volunteer, or outside of Rotary, I should say, or volunteer a little bit, but a lot of us don't know a lot about each other. So I have gotten 6 members, 3 from the Thursday Club and 2 from the Tuesday Club, or 3 from the Tuesday Club, that have graciously agreed to do a short interview to let us know a little bit more about themselves. So with that, the first one I'm coming to here is Jennifer. Jennifer, if you could stand up, please. Please tell us your name.
Jennifer Clark.
Any aliases we should know about? Chief, cover your ears.
The maiden name Tingen.
Okay. And are you married?
Yes.
Husband's name?
Reynolds Clark.
Kids?
One, Victoria McKenzie Clark, and she's 2. And I have to say her full name because my side of the family calls her Victoria, and my husband's side of the family calls her Mackenzie. So, split personality in the future.
Well, I feel bad for her because whenever I heard my full name from my mother, I was in trouble.
Yes, I call her VMAC.
Okay. Any animals?
We have 2 dogs, Molly and Tank. I guess well, they don't realize they're dogs, but yeah.
I think that's with a lot of people these days.
Yes.
Any brothers or sisters for yourself?
I have one brother that passed away several years ago.
And your favorite leisure activity?
Either running or reading.
Okay. Your first car?
A Honda Accord.
All right. How long have you been in Rotary?
4 years.
Were you born here in Hickory?
No, I've been here for almost 10.5 years.
And where are you from originally?
I was born in a little town called Oxford, right outside of Durham, North Carolina. So I'm a North Carolina native, and have just been all over North Carolina.
And your favorite thing about Rotary?
Well, am I supposed to say the volunteer and the service? Service.
Remember the 4-way test.
Well, it's fellowship. I mean, I've loved the friendships that I've made with people here, the connections. I just am so proud to be a part of this, and just proud of the people that are in my Rotary together and what they do and give to the community.
And most importantly, the favorite meal that the club serves.
Gosh, I was gonna say, probably there with the beef, the little tenderloin, whenever they do that, which is rare. So.
Let's give Jennifer a round of applause. All right, from the Tuesday Club, we have
Angela Chapman.
All right, Angela, are you married?
Yes.
Husband's name?
Husband's name is Jimmy.
There, you can hold if you want. How many kids?
I have 2.
Do you have kids?
I do. I have 2 children. I have a daughter who is a freshman at NC State, and I have a son who is 11.
Any animals?
We have 2. We have a cat. Of course, it was my daughter's cat, so the name is Princess. And then we have a dog, which is my son's, which is Tango.
Your first job ever?
My first job ever, I don't know if many of you remember when Roses was in Viewmont. I was at Roses, and I was in customer service at the desk.
You still are in customer service, right?
Customer service always.
That's right. The last movie you saw or book you read?
The last movie I saw, and I can't remember the name of it, we watched it the other night, The Fault of My Stars. I don't know if you all have seen that movie or not, where there's a young lady who has a terminal illness and then finds out that her boyfriend has a terminal illness and he dies also. So very emotional.
You don't have to see the movie.
This is supposed to be happy.
It was great. It was happy, and as they got to visit Anne Frank's home and do all these things, so it was great.
Other than, of course, our number 5 LR Bears, what is your favorite college in North Carolina?
I have to say NC State.
There you go. Most of the club, I know our club is very divided. I'm sure yours is as well.
Yes, it is.
And what is your favorite thing about Rotary?
My favorite thing about Rotary, I've been in Rotary for 3 years, and that's probably your next question, is that I have had so many opportunities to network and to build relationships. It's not just the networking that we have in our weekly meetings, but I've gotten to know a lot of people that I probably wouldn't have had the opportunity to know. And you can pick up the phone and say, can you help me out with this? Do you know so-and-so? And that's just been the best part, is the relationships that I've built.
And your favorite meal?
Favorite meal, probably lasagna.
Let's give Angela a warm round of applause. All right. Tom, could you stand up, please? Give us your name.
Tom Stewart.
Maybe we'll step back here so we don't have anybody to our back. All right. Are you married?
No, I am not.
Any kids?
I have one son, yes.
His name?
His name is David.
And do you have any pets?
I have bugs that run around my house, but I don't call them pets.
Well, between both clubs, surely there's an exterminator that can help you out with this problem. Where were you born?
Born in Winston-Salem, but I want to say I grew up on the Chicken Farm Road 5 miles east of Henderson, which is not far from Oxford.
And how long have you been in Hickory or in this area?
About 100 years.
How come you didn't stand up when they said a founding member?
I don't have a clue. I came to Hickory in 1965 from NC State. Thank you very much.
Well, that answers one of the questions. So I assume other than RLR Bears, NC State is your favorite college in North Carolina.
You got it.
What is your favorite dessert?
Key lime pie. I just had some.
Was it good?
Oh, fantastic.
Do you have a favorite song?
Oh, no.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Rotary.
You're taxing my brain. That's what you're doing.
And what is your current occupation?
Well, I've used this term before and offended someone. I call it retardedment. But I'm retired.
Are you enjoying your retirement?
Yes, I am. I have golf duty fairly often.
Great. And your first car?
1950 Plymouth, convertible actually.
And your favorite thing about Rotary?
I think the camaraderie and the service above self. It's a neat organization and an awful lot of committed people that make things happen. Our club's been involved in the Galaxy Shootout for 13 years thereabouts, and that's been a great ride for us.
And how long have you been in Rotary?
I'm not sure, about 20 years.
Let's give Tom a warm round of applause. Thank you. Jerry, if you could stand up. If you could give everybody your name, please.
My name is Gary Knott. It's spelled a little differently. It is G-E-R-R-Y, but it is Gary. Go figure that one out.
And are you married?
I am. I'm married to LaWanda Knott for 27 years now almost.
Congratulations. You might want to check that out before she finds out.
I know.
Kids?
We have one daughter. Lauren is, she's 20 years old. She will be 21 years old on December 3rd, and she keeps telling me that I'll be 21 on December 3rd like it's a big thing. But all I know for sure is she's still on my payroll.
Do you have any animals?
We do not have any animals.
And the first job you ever held?
I think it was working at my church in Rowan County.
And the last movie you saw or book you read?
I read all of James Patterson's books. I don't go to many movies.
And your first car?
A Chevy Malibu.
And your favorite thing about Rotary?
I guess my favorite thing about Rotary is that when I look at what I do now in the nonprofit arena, and I look at the programs that we support in Rotary, like Imagination Library, like Partnership, like Christmas Bureau, perfectly aligned with what we do, what I do now.
And your favorite meal on Thursdays here?
I guess my favorite meal is the day that we have the chicken tenders.
Let's give them a warm round of applause. Thank you. You can give them your name, please.
It's Mr. Olson. John Olson.
And you have to have some aliases, I'm assuming. For how many years?
32 and a half.
Congratulations. Do you have any kids?
I only have one that I know of. And that's Christopher. He's 27. And I'm the proud grandfather, new grandfather, effective 4 weeks ago today. And her name is Cambry. And just proud as punch.
Well, that's great. Congratulations. What about animals?
I have two animals. I have Jeezy, which is boxer mix, and a 12-year-old golden retriever, which I actually bought at the educational live auction that we did on TV. Some of you might remember that. Max, dark golden. And Max is actually being retrieved, probably as we speak, from the animal hospital. Had a little surgery on his larynx, had a paralyzed larynx and wasn't able to breathe, and hopefully he's good to go for another few years.
Well, let's hope so. Your favorite leisure time activity?
Well, first would be Appalachian State football, which we haven't been playing much of this year. And my second would be Lenore University football, 7-0.
Well, that certainly answers your favorite college in North Carolina.
Well, and let's see, other leisure activity. I work some on the old cars. I have a 69 Chevelle and 69 Firebird that I like to put around in, and of course you have to work on them as well. So.
Your favorite thing about Rotary?
Well, all the above. Basically what everybody said, service above self, being able to give back, being able to put resources that God's graced us with back into the community, and doing so with friends that I like to spend time with.
And how long you been a Rotarian?
1991, I believe, is what the book says.
And your favorite meal?
Obviously, just about all of them.
Let's give John a round of applause. John, could you give everybody your name?
Craig DeBlois.
And are you married?
Married for 44 years.
They keep getting longer and longer. Congratulations. Kids?
43-year-old son, has 2 grandkids. He has 2 kids. I have 2 grandkids. And a 39-year-old daughter.
What about animals?
None.
And your occupation?
Occupation, I have surf pro, fire, water cleanup, restoration, Hickory, North Carolina here.
And your last book or book you read or movie you saw?
All Pattersons and all those good old boys.
Your first car?
First one that I drove was a 49 Dodge Coronet, and the first one I owned was a 67 Olds Cutlass Supreme Bone with black glass backs and wide oval tires. Bright red, black.
Are you from Hickory?
No. I was born in the District of Columbia and grew up in Fairfax, Virginia.
How long have you been here?
1983.
So, 30-some years.
30-some, yeah.
And your favorite thing about Rotary?
It kind of fits in with everything I've done. My business, I started out working, was a fire paramedic in Fairfax County, and prior to that, did a lot of stuff. And at Campbell College, university, it was a fraternity, APA Alpha Phi, and in school, did a lot of volunteer stuff, a lot of things with the church.
How long have you been in Rotary?
I have to about 4 years, 3 years, 4 years.
Okay. And your favorite meal on Tuesdays?
All of them.
There we go. Let's give them a round of applause. Give them all a round of applause. Thank you guys for being great sports.
We're going to do the service above self raffle. Jack's going to pull something out. Welcome Elise, Mark and Ann and Nan. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. And Mark and Jack for making it.
412.
Okay. 544-412. 544-412. Yeah. Okay, got 30 cards left and a joker. Got 1,556 in the pot, $77 today. It's close enough. We're ready to go. If he pulls not the right card, good deal. We continue and you get a free lunch. Okay, any other announcements? Great day. Thanks a lot for coming, for being here. I think everybody's enjoyed it. You're welcome to stay as long as you want to until they run you out. Anything further? Okay, well, let's stand and adjourn the four-way test. Of the things we think, say, and do,
is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?